Greetings to the global accessibility leaders, digital inclusive experts, policymakers, innovators, and participants of this webinar. At the outset, my sincere thanks to the organizers of this webinar for giving me the opportunity to share my views on awareness and implementation aspects of digital accessibility from a government perspective. Today is an important day, Global Accessibility Awareness Day. Celebrated this day every year. This day gives us an opportunity to review our efforts to include all sections of the society in the digital world. I sincerely hope that this day is celebrated, in fact, every day, as accessibility has become our lifeline. Dan York has just said that accessibility is for everyone. Yes, it is true. But we have about 16% of the world population who are persons with disabilities, amounting to about 130 crore or 1,300 millions persons with disabilities across the world who are not very vocal, but they depend on a digital technology. 50 years ago, I used to physically go to the railway station counter to book a train ticket in advance by standing in long queue early morning. Now I book buy my ticket digitally sitting at home. Then during the same time, I used to physically go to a post office to book a trunk call, a distant call, and wait for my turn for hours. Now I use my mobile to dial the number and I talk in no time to anyone in the locality or anywhere in the globe, all thanks to the digital technology. This is a great transition from physical to digital. The benefit of technology saves our time, energy, and costs. But the digital divide happens when I have access to digital use and many of my fellow citizens do not have. This gap is increasing. It needs to be fixed at the earliest from time to time. Relevant to this topic, let me narrate two experiences, one personal and the other professional. I am a member of the WhatsApp group, which has persons with disabilities, and they discuss various issues, and all of us try to find solutions. I'm a person without disability. This was 3 years ago. One day I posted a poster to notify a webinar which is coming up on such and such day, date, and time. Immediately, a blind colleague reacted and asked for image description. I found the concern very real, but I did not know what to do. Immediately, my another blind colleague posted the image description. The problem was solved, but another problem came to my mind: how to ensure image description whenever I post anything in the group. I went to AI app and asked for image description. I got it in no time. I checked it. It was perfect. I felt empowered digitally. I also felt that I'm performing my citizenship role well and I am communicating with everyone around me, including persons with disabilities. If each individual is conscious of his duty, then the problem gets fixed. Then my professional experience, which is 10 years ago, when I was an officer in the government of India dealing with law and policies of persons with disabilities. In order to encourage learning of information technology through use of internet, which is essential for every individual, including persons with disabilities, to avail basic services and facilities, Rehabilitation International Korea, in collaboration with United Nations Economic and Social Council for Asia Pacific, that is UNESCAP, which is based in Thailand, Bangkok, has been organizing GITC. It's called Global Information Technology Challenge for Youth with Disabilities in different countries of Asia Pacific region every year for over a decade. In this competition, youth with disabilities belonging to which visual, hearing, physical, and intellectual disabilities take part. Various techniques are adopted to get them acquainted, to make them aware and make optimum use of internet and learn IT skills, which help in daily living, but also make them competent to get good IT jobs. Government of India invited applications from states every year. Thereafter, candidates were shortlisted through a national competition for nomination to the GITC event. On 2, 3 occasions, I had the opportunity to lead the team in various countries. India also hosted this event once. I noticed that in this event, LG Electronics, which is based in South Korea, provided support to give cash awards to the youth with disabilities which excelled in competition. I later learned that LG Electronics were employing these winners in their research departments, especially in preparing various electronic gadgets like laptops and computer monitors. I realized that it is so creative that they employed persons with disabilities at the very start of product design for testing, marketing in a very sincere and mandatory step to achieve goals set in our international statute, that is the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, as well as Sustainable Development Goals. What government of South Korea is doing through GITC, are we in India and other countries in the world doing the same or something else to honor our commitment to inclusion and empowerment? This is a very important question. Like every citizen, every establishment, every government or non-government have the same responsibility. Are we engaging different marginalized sections of the society and mindful of their needs while making innovative technology? We have a clear choice to act right now or react at a later stage. During my stint in the disability sector with regard to implementation of any law, there were many strong takeaways for me. There are laws which remain on the shelf as neither stakeholders nor government of countries are proactive in various provisions of the law into force, and they remain ineffective. In case of India, the main disability legislation is the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act 2026, 2016. The provision of the said law fully covers every article of UNCRPD. Rules have been framed in various sectors were notified. For example, standards for digital accessibility were also notified. Time limit for implementation of accessibility meant redressal bodies like there, but the improvement on the ground. So my first takeaway is that no stakeholders work hard to ensure its implementation properly by making sufficient noise. I mean, a constructive noise. All have to be woken up. This is creating awareness, which should be continuously done across generations for a time till it becomes culture, becomes our genes. As my former speaker, Sambhavi, has said, that all organizations should go beyond compliance and also own the ownership of the responsibility so that we create an inclusive and society as well as inclusive world. The second takeaway that I found is that sensitizing government functionaries alone is not sufficient. For instance, a nodal department administering the law of 2016 regularly engaged with national and provincial level officers across the sectors, but they in turn did not go do the groundwork to carry to the last mile. In case of digital sector, players are many: corporates, product managers, designers, developers, OA testers, procurers. marketing managers, HR, LD, accessibility auditors. These are all, so many are there. They're all to be made aware not only of the law, rights of persons with disabilities, but also their needs and solutions. Also, all the education institutions training these professionals need to modify their training curriculum to make inclusive from the very start. It is difficult to do retrofitting at a later stage. Every new product must be inclusive, universal, and useful. Third takeaway was that largely the focus has been on fixing needs of visual and hearing disabilities. India has recognized 21 disabilities, which also include locomotor, cognitive, speech, neurodevelopmental. We need to be aware of their requirements. A blind user with a screen reader, a user who cannot use a mouse, a person with dyslexia, a senior citizen with tremors, and we need to work on all their issues too. Fourth takeaway was ensuring digital accessibility does not limit to websites alone, but also to computers, apps, mobiles, tablets, internet channels covering social media and entertainment modes. As stated in UNCRPT, persons with disability must enjoy all rights and freedoms equally as available for persons without disabilities. Fifth takeaway is, since persons with disabilities and senior citizens make a large chunk of population, it makes a clear business sense to include them in digital world and be partners in our economy. It is not just legal requirement, but a real commitment from everyone. The final takeaway was that it is not enough that today a particular digital platform has been made accessible and the work is done. No. Every change that is made in the platform from time to time has to comply with guidelines. For instance, a PDF folder is uploaded today and is not accessible. So a clear checklist is necessary to comply with all requirements. I'm hopeful that the experts here today will deliberate on problems concerning four main areas. One, daily living activities. Two, easy business. uh, Health, education, and workplace. Let me close with two images. One image, a woman in the city of Varanasi in India. She is blind. She wants to apply for a scholarship online. Your website stops her at the login. She calls her brother. He is busy. Deadline passes. She loses the opportunity. Not because she was not capable, because we built a door which could not open. Image two, the same woman 1 year later, she opens your app. Her screen reader tells her exactly where to click. She applies in 5 minutes. She gets a scholarship. She becomes an engineer. She joins your company. She improves your product. Today, our society is digital. Our public square is internet. And access to that square is a civil right under Indian law and in all countries as well. Whether it is India or any developing country, the digital platform is have the same problem and we need to fix it. I will end with my quote from Mahatma Gandhi, who said, the true measure of any society is how it treats its most vulnerable members. I acknowledge good work being done by the sign language interpreters here on the webinar today. Thank you for your patient hearing. Wish you all the best.
Thank you